Marc, give us your last remarks. What are the key takeaways for today?
First of all, no worries, you will be released in a few minutes' time, because I don't know about you, but my bum started to hurt after a while. So I guess it's the same. So what have I learned? What have I noticed? First of all, Peter, you remember Peter from KBC, he suggested a new acronym, CCO, Chief Cognitive Officer. Well, it's bad news, because he will add to the confusion in this, because CCO already exists. I googled it. So it's a Chief Customer Officer, Chief Commercial Officer, or Chief Compliance Officer. Let the battle begin. So, right. Michael. Oh, very interesting, very interesting. First of all, congratulations on your hairdresser. I like the haircut. You got me worried. You'll have to tell me afterwards who's the screen wiper producer that enters the chips. Because it's one of these pieces of technology that I'm worried about. Very strange that I should say that, of course. I think they may have a huge GDPR problem, which is the new privacy legislation. If you're not involved, this is planet Earth, and you have to be ready by May of next year, 28th of May to exactly. So I'll talk to them. Ludo, very interesting. I love energy. I use it every day. I can confirm what he said about the need for nuclear plants if we go all electrical. I am personally utterly convinced that our nuclear plants will not close by 2025. It's simply impossible to do. Now there's one thing that I need to add to the information that Ludo gave. He said the idea is that we then just get power from France when we need it. And that works fine, except in the month of February. Because in the month of February, that is when France doesn't have enough power itself, and they have to import it. So if we have nothing to import, then there is this beautiful word which is called security of supply that falls to pieces. And that's the biggest important thing. You and I will pay a lot of money to have, to guarantee that we have supply, and that just doesn't work with certain technologies. We have to make sure that what's called the base load will be covered by, I'm afraid, more traditional technologies. Geert, Argenta, I almost became a customer of yours. But, since you didn't want to sell the product to me, I had to go to KBC. I'll tell you all about it. I pay about 60,000 euros of interest on a short-term loan, so that's how they get the money to do what they do. All right, it's all about speed. Until 2 years ago, a year ago, I was still teaching at the KU Leuven, and I told my students that it's all about two things, speed and flexibility. So I couldn't agree more. And you said, what the hell has this guy been smoking? Somebody said to you. That my people at AGORIA told me exactly the same thing when I said, okay, you have been waiting for 1.5 months now for our IT supplier to do something we need. Here's an alternative solution. They will do it in 24 hours. And they thought that once again that I was crazy. Afterwards they came to me and they said, actually, it only took 20 minutes. And that's what we all will need to do. That is no longer think in weeks or months, but think in minutes, not even days. Björn, Kinepolis, oh wonderful. Thank you for mentioning the Barco technology. Barco is an esteemed member of AGORIA. You should all buy Barco or technology of other members of AGORIA. You taught me some English as well. Gefuffel with a ticket. I made a note of it. It's absolutely beautiful. But there's an insight as well. And you talked about the number of square meters that is reducing, that people at their homes have to put a screen. And that's really an insight. I never thought of that. It's true. Houses and apartments are becoming smaller. One of the reasons is that the the regulations for energy are now so strict that the cost of a house goes up enormously, so all the surfaces are becoming smaller. I never made the link that this is good for Kinepolis, so thank you for that insight. Beatrice. Yeah. I know, connected cars. We have a lot of our members who produce components for that, so I have to be in favor. But I don't want certain technologies in my car. And that's crazy again. The last thing, for example, I want in my car is the damn thing reading all of my SMSs while my wife is sitting next to me. I don't know about you, but I don't want it. The other thing, I need a button to switch it off. All the brands, I drive an Audi, and I hate it when the engine stops when I'm in front of a traffic light or whatever. But they're smart. They put a button so I can switch it off. If the button goes away tomorrow, I will no longer drive an Audi. It's all down to one button. So again, GDPR, serious problems coming our way. And the last one, before I say a generic comment, Elke, Schoenen Torfs. I don't know whether, did Torf start in Antwerp, in the Abdijstraat? In Lier. Then there was another Schoenen Torfs as well. I remember being a kid many decades ago, and there was a Schoenen Torfs in the Abdijstraat, but I've always... And it was the same? I remember, I still see it. There was a bakery next to it, and they had beautiful... Okay. Some men also love shoes. I also love shoes, and I just would like to congratulate you for what you're doing, because a lot of people in the e-commerce business actually are whining. And they're whining and saying, it's all going bad, it's all the fault of the regulation, and we can't compete, and we need special support, etc. And I always say bollocks. I say bollocks because what is happening is absolutely true. The distribution centers are in different countries, and we have to change the legislation for that. But what is really happening is that some companies, like Torfs, are very successful in competing in an honest way against competition. Zalando, by the way, has never made €1 of profit, just so you know. Okay, so their model does not work. Ladies and gentlemen, time to give your bum a relief and to get up, I think, before I give the word back to... you don't want the word anymore. You're offering me to say, go and... wonderful. I also, last word, I know there are a lot of AGORIA members in this room. Thank you for being a member of AGORIA.